Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button. And please do follow me on Twitter at MoviesTVMad. And please don't be afraid to comment down below on everything we talk about today. Welcome to Saturday's edition of the DC Daily. And with just over a month till DC Fandome, it's time to make some announcement predictions at the event. Of course, it's a digital streaming event. You'll be able to watch it online. I think they've got a YouTube channel. I don't know how they're doing it, but we will find out as the time gets nearer. But it's time to make those big predictions on, the DC movie and TV universe, the live action universe. So first, let's go to my number one hero of anything, anywhere, and that's Superman. Let's make some Superman announcement predictions. I believe that Brandon Routh will get his own HBO Max straight-to-streaming series as the Christopher Reeve Superman Returns Superman. I believe that will happen. Maybe they'll do a prequel to Before Crisis, because he was in Crisis, of course. Brandon Routh played Superman in Superman Returns. He deserves to get a sequel. He never got a sequel. And thankfully, Guggenheim and that lot over at the CW and Arrowverse decided to bring him in because he was playing Ray, of course, on Legends of Tomorrow. But they decided, why not? This is a multiverse. He can come in as Superman as well. So in Crisis on Infinite Earths, he did that. So I predict that Brandon Routh will get a straight-to-streaming Superman series of his own, exclusive to HBO Max. I predict there will be a Justice Society of America Superman in Black Adam. I believe there will be a fraction for him, either on HBO Max or to get his own cinematic movies. Of course, we don't know the future of cinema right now. It's very difficult to know what's going to be shown and what. But yeah, so I do believe that there's a big future for a Justice Society of America Superman. This will not be Henry Cavill. This will be another casting. And I'm a bit confused here. In my mind, I'm not sure if this is going to be J.J. Abrams' Superman or a separate Superman. It could be very, very interesting. So I predict a Justice Society of America Superman for Black Adam, and then he'll spin off to his own projects, own movies, or maybe a straight-to-streaming TV series as well. I also predict that, well, one of the most obvious predictions, that Cavill will be Superman again, in one form or another. And I think this is the complicated complexities of Cavill ever since Justice League and what they did with his upper lip. And I think after I saw that, I thought the guy has zero chance of coming back again. They've made him into a joke. But with him going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League and the future series, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, or if they do it in movies, whatever they're going to do it, he'll be back for more in that. So he'll definitely be back as Superman in, Zack Snyder's Justice League series when they have to make more of them, right? And they will. It's going to be a big success. And if they're successful in Hollywood, you get more of them. Simple as that. So he'll definitely play Superman again in those Justice League sequels or seasons or whatever they are. Now, what will he get next? This is the big question. Does he have a bigger future within Superman? Now, we heard the rumors about him maybe coming in and playing different roles in Black Adam and Shazam 2. Now, Cavill seems to have shut all this down because he was interviewed and he did speak about the untruth being reported about his Superman. We just don't know if he's going to get a movie. I would like to think he will get some kind of streaming series or movie. I think he's got more of a chance of a streaming series. Anything Zack Snyder-ish that maybe the media and the mainstream audience didn't like so much may go straight to HBO Max, and that makes sense, especially if I'm correct and we're going to get an HBO let me start again. If I'm right and we're going to get a straight to streaming Brandon Routh series and also a JSA Superman, I think this would make sense that Henry Cavill will probably get a straight to streaming series, which probably is the Man of Steel sequel we've all been hoping for. Now, the budgets are huge for HBO Max, so there's no need to worry. Whatever you saw in the films, you'll see the same quality in any streaming series. There's no question, there's no difference between television and movies now, so there's nothing to worry about there. Now, the only question with Superman is J.J. Abrams. is J.J. Abrams going to remain front and centre running Justice League Dark? And we'll talk about my predictions for that in a moment. Or will he actually finally do that Superman movie he's rumoured to do? Now, could it be the JSA Superman, or could it be the Superman flyby that he wrote many, many years ago, which means it's not JSA Superman is not his, and that would mean we got, what, a fourth Superman in the universe? You know, Tyler Hoechlin, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, JSA Superman. These are just predictions from me. I don't know this. These are wish fulfillment fantasies, predictions. This is what I would like to happen. And I'm using my common sense to think, why shouldn't these happen? If they're really genuine about this multiverse strategy, you may as well go for it and be ambitious. The fans will really appreciate it. So that's what I'm predicting for Superman. JSA, a Brandon Routh straight to streaming series, a Henry Cavill straight to streaming series, more Henry Cavill in the Justice League series by Zack Snyder, and maybe a brand new Superman from J.J. Abrams. I think that's the sure thing. Anyway, now let's go, talking of J.J. Abrams, let's go to J.J. Abrams' Justice League Dark universe, because he's definitely creating it. He's in charge of it. It's his baby. And we're definitely getting his Justice League Dark straight to streaming TV series that will be exclusive to HBO Max. Excited about that. Now, I believe John Constantine will be involved in that. And this week we've been hearing how Keanu Reeves' ideas and wishes to come back to do a Constantine sequel have been thwarted, being told we have other plans. One of those plans must be Matt Ryan. The question mark here is, of course, again, is Matt Ryan going to be involved in the Justice League Dark series, or will it be someone else? Is it all Matt Ryan? Are they going to have like another Constantine as well? Nobody really knows, but it'd be interesting to see how that develops. But I definitely think Matt Ryan is involved as Constantine in one form or another. Maybe the continuation of the NBC show on HBO Max, maybe on J.J. Abrams' Justice League Dark series, but I definitely think Constantine's a plan, and I definitely think you'll get standalone adventures as well. And that seems to be J.J. Abrams' playhouse, so it'd be very interesting what happens there. I think there are big announcements to come. We've already heard rumours of a Satana movie, or maybe a straight-to-streaming HBO Max series. Maybe that's more accurate as well. And so that's that. Now, we know there's a Gotham PD TV show coming from Matt Reeves and somebody else, right? So we know that, so that's not really a prediction. I do believe we will get a Catwoman straight to streaming series or movie as well. I think it's a viability. I think Catwoman is a very important character, and now they've cast her in the Batman, I think Matt will probably wait to see how the audience respond to her. But I think I've responded well to her already. When the actor has spoken, she's very excited. She's talking about preparation, how she loves working with Robert Pattinson, and that's good enough for me. So hopefully that's a prediction that comes true. I do predict that Matt Reeves is here to, develop the whole Bat family. I think he's really looking deeply at the comics and to be faithful at the comics. In fact, I think AT&T as a whole are looking to do that. So I definitely believe that, they're going to integrate the whole Bat family, which I think is great and exciting. And that's what we want. We want, these universes developed properly. We don't want copy and pasted comic book, but we want some respect paid. And we don't just want the comics torn up and say, we're just going to do our own thing, because a lot of the time when they do their own thing, it actually doesn't really work, does it? So, yes, I expect Matt Reeves to develop the whole Bat family. I expect Catwoman and Batgirl to be really focused on, and Robin. And for me, if this is true, and there's been big rumours, by the way, it's very, very exciting. Will we get any announcements for The Flash? I think there'll be confirmation of the movie. I'm not sure if they're going to have any castings. They may have some surprises about that movie. I already revealed the other day that there's a rumour going around that they're actually bidding Christina Hodgson's script, and they're going back to the drawing board. So that's really exciting, and that Morrison's coming back to rewrite the movie. Again, that's great news. as well. So we know that much. But apart from Ezra Miller being the Flash, what else could we possibly have to look forward to in the Flash universe? I think Grant Gustin has a big role to play as the Flash in the future of this DC multiverse, not only on the TV show, but I think he'll definitely be in Ezra Miller's Flash movie. They've already shared the screen together in Crisis on Infinite Earth, so, we're used to seeing them together, and I think that was the moment. That was the launch of this multiverse strategy, wasn't it? So I expect to see Grant Gustin in that film, and maybe he could get a movie of his own as well, which would be really, really cool, because Grant's been brilliant for years now as the Flash, and I'd really like to see that happen. So fingers crossed about that as well. So we've discussed the Batman and Robert Pattinson's Batman and Matt Reeves' Batman, and my prediction that he has big plans to integrate the Batman family. But what about Ben Affleck's Batman? Will we see him again? Well, yes, we will see him again in a future series of Zack Snyder's Justice League. He is contracted to do sequels. He will do that. He will absolutely do that. So that's exciting. As I've said before, unless they kill him off in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, we know that Zack is working very hard to put this movie together. It's not a ready movie. There could be situations where Ben and Henry and the other cast members have to come back to do reshoots. As I say, probably not many reshoots, but we'll see what happens there with Ben. Obviously, if they kill him off in Zack Snyder's Justice League, then he wouldn't be coming back again. So that'll be interesting to look out for. Now, do I think we'll ever get him to do his version of the Batman? It's very, very interesting. I mean, look, Ben was very excited about this project. He was excited when he did the Deathstroke tease, right? Do you remember that? It was very exciting. So, Ben Affleck was all in for his own Batman movie. And don't believe it when he comes out and says, oh, I didn't have any passion for Batman anymore, or that universe. That's absolute nonsense. They removed him because he was Zack Snyder's person. He was brought in by Zack Snyder, and he was also, Christopher Nolan's man as well. So, he didn't fit the wallpaper anymore, so they forced him out. The problem was Matt Reeves didn't want him as his Batman, and we discussed this before. This is why Matt nearly walked out on the project, because Warner Bros. Were insisting that Ben Affleck had to be his Batman, Warner Bros. Being the loyal company that they are. But that's not what Matt wanted, and I get it. It's his vision, and he sees somebody else in the role, and that's quite right too. It's all about Ben's mind. I don't know if there's going to be big announcements. Henry Cavill or Ben Affleck haven't been announced for fandom, which is weird, right? Do you think it's weird? Because I think it's weird. So I think there's definitely some surprises going on. Now, we know that Zack Snyder's been announced. We know that Matt Reeves' been announced. We know that James Gunn's been announced. We know all the people who should be there are going to be there. Now, we know that the Birds of Prey cast are going to be there, and I think Kathy Yan's going to be there as well. That's interesting. Not sure about Margot Robbie, though. We'll have to wait and see for that. And then so basically, I don't know. I can't even make a prediction about Ben Affleck playing Batman again in his version of the Batman. I want it. I would love it. Whether it's going to happen or not, I think we're on the knife edge of 50-50 right now, and we'll have to see how that develops. Now, what is going on with the future of Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn? Well, we know she's going to be in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Apparently, she's got a big role to play in that film. But then she's going off to develop this big, Pirates of the Caribbean reboot with her friend Christina Hodgson. Christina's going to write that movie. And Margot's production company will be very heavily involved. In fact, Margot's probably going to be in charge of that reboot, or she wouldn't have taken this. Margot Robbie is a critically acclaimed actor. She's very good. So I still think it's ridiculous she's taking this project on, because if she's going to go for the same tone and commentary as she did in Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, the film's going to flop, right? So we all thought Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, always going to make $800 to $1 billion. Everyone loves her because we saw Suicide Squad making money. Clearly, she wasn't the one reason that made Suicide Squad about $800 million at the global box office, right? We thought that at the time, but clearly that wasn't the case. her, Joker, Will Smith, it all kind of rolled in to make that film money. So what's next for Harley Quinn? Well, here's the thing. Clearly, Warner Brothers didn't want Margot Robbie to have any kind of active control in the future of that character. Now, they want her to play the character, but I think that's an issue as well, because basically, creatively, Margot Robbie's been given her marching orders. So it's difficult because her production company has no role to play at Warner Brothers anymore, right? That's why she's going off to Disney. So she's going to be busy. So what is the future of this actor and this character? I believe the multi-earth strategy is a great opportunity if they do have problems with Margot to just cast somebody else. Not recast that Harley Quinn. They can have her there when she wants to come back. When she's done with, Pirates of the Caribbean, she can. But we need a regular Harley. And if that's from another Earth, that's fine with me. So maybe a shocking prediction there. And of course, Green Lantern has a big role to play in this multiverse. Now, we know that Zack Snyder's Justice League features the Lanterns a lot more than Justice League does. We know there's rumours of Ryan Reynolds cameoing as his original Green Lantern character. We'll see about that. And I've also heard rumours about a standalone sequel to Ryan Reynolds' original Green Lantern movie starring Ryan. Of course, that would be very exciting as well. Who that's going to be directed by, I don't know. Again, just predictions. So I do see a big future for Ryan Reynolds back with DC because I don't think he's going to work for Marvel anymore. He's not getting on with Marvel Studios or Feige, and they can't agree about Deadpool 3. And I think he's coming to us. Come to us, baby, because we want you. We want film stars as well as unknowns and really solid actors. We need a balance and a mixture in the DC live action universe. But I want to know about your predictions as well. Have you got big predictions for DC fandom? I'm really so pumped and excited for all of this because it's the biggest thing we've ever had. It's the biggest fan event we've ever had. And it's something that everyone can be involved in. In the past with Comic-Con, it's like a bunch of people in America can go because they can afford to go and everybody else misses it and misses out on the exclusives. Well, this time, no one misses out on anything. We'll be watching on our laptops, on our devices. We have all got kind of, if you like, we've all got clout this time to be able to see what's going on. A massive event. Very excited. I can't wait to see what's announced. And I think some big stuff is coming at this event. I don't think I've even touched on it. I mean, I would like to continue saying that I think we pretty much know what's going on with Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman looks like she's going to have an animated series, an Amazonian series. Obviously, Wonder Woman 3. Who knows if we're going to get another multiverse version of her. And also in Flashpoint, if her and, Arthur Curry are going to be involved. That's interesting as well. In terms of Aquaman, again, we know what's going on. Aquaman 2, maybe an animated series, and definitely a spin-off live-action movie as well. And I think, as I predicted before we heard about what was going on with Gotham PD, that actually every character is going to get this treatment. And what about Z-list characters like Plastic Man? We heard a long time ago they were developing a movie, but then nothing was said. I think as small as Plastic Man is, they will do that movie. Because I think there's a lot of potential here, especially for kids to see a character like that. I mean, I saw him in Batman the Brave and the Bold, the animated series. My favourite Batman animated series, by the way. Not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. And I think there's a place for Plastic Man in this universe. I think there's a place for every single DC character eventually to get the live-action treatment with this multiverse strategy. And that's what's so exciting. And it doesn't all have to be light and breezy and funny, but it doesn't all have to be, broody and dark. There can be different characters with different tones, with different ideologies. That's the whole point of this multiverse strategy. So it's just an exciting time to be a fan. Please comment down below, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with more DC Daily. See you again soon. I promise I'm going. I'm really going. The button's not working. See you again soon.